Hey everybody, my name is Paul. I'm a recruiter here at RTI, and today we decided we would go live to answer some people's questions. Yeah, so it's a pretty fun company. This is the recruiting office. These are all the recruiters. That's Sadie, the boss. She'll be reading everybody's questions, and we will answer them. So, yeah, so I think we have a couple questions already, and we'll go over those first.
What if you just have your Class A CDL but not a Class B?
Yeah, Tim, this is
So the question was, what if you just have your Class A CDL, but not a Class B? That should be fine. Everything we do is Class A. You just got to have 12 months experience in the last 3 years. Mm-hmm. One
Do
second.
you offer any kind of medical insurance for lease drivers?
So the question was, do we offer any kind of medical insurance for lease drivers? And we do not. Because at that point, you being a 1099 employee makes you an independent contractor, so you get into like worker laws and benefits and that kind of stuff. So we do not currently offer that, no. Mm-hmm.
Do you get any color of truck you want?
Do you get any color of truck you want? The answer is also no. So ideally, the way that we do it is we do our trucks quite a bit different than most. We either own them outright or we're leasing them, and we'll have them paid off before you do. So it's not a situation where you come in here and you lease through a third-party company, or we make you sign a lease with a third party, or something like that. So with that, in order to do that, we buy our trucks by the fleet. So a lot of times the fleet of that specific model is going to have a specific color. Like for instance, our 16 Pete 579s are all kind of this really nice maroon color, whereas the 17s are all royal blue. And the 587s are all like a navy blue. In fact, most of our trucks are actually navy blue for the most part. But yeah.
What kind of trucks do you offer?
Well, I just almost went through that. What kind of trucks we offer? Primarily what's available is going to be 15 Pro Stars, 15, 16, 17 Freightliner Revolutions, 16 P587s, and 16 and 17 P579s.
And we're getting the 2018s.
And I was just told that in April we will be getting 2018s.
All right. If miles fall below average for a couple weeks, what are the next steps to address the situation?
So if miles fall below average, it's trucking. Sometimes that does happen. We do have a lot of things, that are precautionary to help out with that. For instance, we are about 80-20 customer contract freight. And we do keep our customers pretty diversified. So for example, one of our largest customers is Amar. They do garage doors. And realistically, there's probably not a lot of people ordering garage doors at, the middle of January. So with that, but we also have a lot of stuff with like FedEx and UPS and Amazon and stuff like that does pick up even more in the winter. So we have lots of customer contracts and they're pretty diversified. In that situation, let's just say though, your DM isn't quite, you guys aren't quite meshing, everything isn't quite working the way you want. One thing that's real big here that you don't see at a lot of places is we're super open door. If you come here, there's no key card to get in. There's no armed guard at the front door. Nobody's behind 3-inch thick bulletproof glass. If you want to talk to somebody, you come in and talk to them. And if that person can't help you, you go to the next person. You can talk to the dispatch manager. You can talk to the fleet manager. If he can't help you, you can talk to the VP. If the VP can't help you, you can talk to Bill. He's the owner. If Bill can't help you, you should probably rethink your situation. But it's the idea that, you do have access to multiple people.
All right. How much do lease payments start out at?
Lease payments. So we have two options here. You can either pay per week or you can pay per mile. The cool part about paying per mile is if you don't drive, you don't pay. And so with that option, it's going to be between 25 to 27 cents a mile. And if you do by week, it's going to be between $5 to $5.50. The biggest difference is the length of the lease. It's typically, for the most part, going to be between 3 to 5 years. And the idea behind that is we want to make sure that you're in a truck that you actually want to own. Because let's say you want a 17 Pete, but I've got my 15 Pro Star at $200 less a week. Well, you're going to start eyeballing that Pro Star because, it's going to increase your weekly profitability. But fact of the matter is, it's trucking, and you're going to have a bad week. And let's say you're 2 years out and you have that bad week. I would much rather the narrative that week be, man, this week is terrible, but I love this truck, versus, man, this week is awful. I don't even want to own this truck. What am I doing here? So I want to make sure that you're in something that you want to own and make sure you have consistency of profitability, so you just have the ability to make a living, because that's what this whole thing's really about.
Do you hire owner-operators?
Do we hire owner-operators? Yes, out of select areas, we will hire owner-operators. The pay scale is a little bit different. And we also do allow you to get your own insurances and some other things. But yes, we do.
Can you tell them about the Riverside? There's some questions about Reefer.
Okay, well, yeah, so Reefer. So we have been a company for over 20 years, and primarily what we've been doing is drive-in on the eastern half of the United States. But recently, last September, some opportunities arose, and we started doing refrigerated on the West Coast. It started out just being mostly off I-5, Oregon, Washington, California. Now we've expanded a little bit more into Nevada, Utah, Arizona area. And with that, it's pretty nice. It's all company right now. But it pays between 41 to 44 cents a mile. After 90 days, you get health, vision, dental, 401k, holiday pay, vacation pay. There's a $2,000 sign-on bonus. All the trailers are new, and they all have the Star Trek system on them, so you can actually check the temperature of your trailer from your phone. So you don't have to wake up in the middle of the night and get out of your truck to make sure that, all that ice cream or whatever back there isn't thawing out.
What benefits are available to company drivers?
What benefits are available to company drivers? Pretty much kind of what I listed off. For the most part, it's going to be health, vision, dental, 401k, vacation pay, and the same.
Looks like that's it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, as of right now, that seems like it's all the questions we have. It's a pretty solid program. The one big thing here is everybody understands that we're all here to make a living. It's the idea that you're out there to make a living. And if you can't make a living that you're trying to make, then what are you doing? And our goal is to help you accomplish that. Especially because, with the lease purchase and stuff, there's a lot of companies that emphasize owning the truck. But part of the problem with that is let's say I had 100 guys who would work here for free for 5 years, and then, with the promise that we'd give them the truck at the end. Well, we'd hire all those guys, but those don't exist. This is a job, and you need to get paid, and our goal is to make sure that there's consistency. It's a solid program. Our company side is awesome. The overall company, culture is all about, we have people that literally work here, and their job is to try and retain drivers. Because we understand that there is, a terrible situation in the industry where it's super cutthroat, and there's a huge turnover problem. And our goal is to not be a part of that. So if you want, you can give us a call. You go to our website, you can apply. We have a lease purchase calculator where you can calculate things. There's pictures of the trucks, a general overview of all of it. You can feel free to give us a call. The number will be on there. You can even send us a contact form, and we'll call you. We'd love to hear from you guys. If you don't work here, if you do work here, and you have questions, my office door is always open. So, all right. Oh, hold on, 1 second.
Balloon payment at the end of the lease.
Okay. So, last second question about balloon payments. There are balloon payments, but they're not bad. They are used for financing. Kind of back to, if you were watching earlier, the whole idea that we try to essentially set it up to where you can still be profitable and be in the truck you want. So as of right now, the way it's set up, with their $10,000 lease completion bonus and everything, if you are leasing anything 2016 and older, your balloon payment's going to be under $6,000, which is more than reasonable. It's not one of those situations where it's like, oh, hey, come work here for 7 years, pay us $700 a week for a 2007 with 700,000 miles on it, or something ridiculous like that. Our goal is to make it doable and give you a reason to be just as vested in us as we are in you. And at that point, if someone's worked here for 5 years and given us that amount of solid service, we'll work with you on it. We're not just going to kick you out of the truck over $5,000 when you've helped us out that much. So, all right. Well, cool. As of right now, that looks like it's it. All right. Thanks, everybody.